Ready? Roll the camera.
Rolling.
And? Yes. Okay. Nan Outlet interview.
What did you say?
I just trying to identify it on the tape.
Oh, no.
I'd like for you to tell me again what you told me inside about how it was that you taught Horton to dance and got him used to read movie magazines and that sort of thing.
Okay. Now?
Yeah.
Well, of course, Horton is my second cousin, and I'm 11 years older than he
Your
is.
first cousin once removed.
All right, first cousin. And so when he was little, I used to carry him around, which makes me feel pretty old now. But after I moved to Wharton as a bride, and I lived across the street with my mother-in-law from his grandmother, and he would come over. He was in high school, and he was very stage struck. And he had never been to New York. He'd always wanted to go. And I went to New York for the first time in 1928, and that did it. He'd come over to my house and tell me about New York, and I would tell him all about it, you know. And then I kind of thought I was Clara Bow, and he would like to be on the stage, or in the movies rather. And so we would look at movie magazines, and we really became chums. And then I lived there a year, then moved over to an apartment, but that didn't stop. Horton would come over every afternoon, and we'd still talk about movies and movie stars, and I would encourage him, oh, don't stay here in Wharton, go in the store, go to New York, you'll make it, and go to Hollywood or wherever you want to go. And we just had a wonderful time. We used to ride bicycles, and I think I told you that I laughed and said he helped me get through pregnancy because I'd get this feeling sick in the afternoons, but he and his crowd would come over, and I'd teach them all how to do the Charleston and the black bottom, and I'd forget about being sick. And we've just done everything together, and he had a tremendous appetite in those days, and we used to make Dagwood sandwiches, and he would eat things that you wouldn't think of putting together, like onions and peanut butter and jelly and, oh, what else, Horton? Onions again.
Sardines.
Sardines, and oh, just everything. We just had a wonderful time, and that lasted for 2 or 3 years, and he did leave to go, well, he went up to Dallas first, didn't you, for a while. Then he went out to Pasadena Playhouse. And I didn't tell you this, it was too cute, that when he went to New York, my husband was a doctor, and he would go up there and take postgraduate work, and we would take the kids out, Horton and his roommate. And Horton, we took him to Sardi's the first time, and he was so impressed. And years later, when he became into his own, he took us to Sardi's. And we came in, and the maitre d' said, "Good evening, Mr. Foote. Good evening, Mr. Foote. Would you like to have your usual table?" And Bolton reached over to me and he said, "Nanny, our boy has arrived."
I didn't know that.
Yes. And then we took him to the Rainbow Room. It was the first time he'd ever been up there. And he rented a tuxedo, and they sent it up to our hotel room. And when we opened it, of course, all the stores were closed by the time Bolton got out from school and we got ready to go. And they had not put any studs. And he said, "Well, I just can't go." I said, "Oh, yes, you can." And I had a blouse, a pink linen blouse that had navy blue plastic studs. And we put those on the tuxedo, and that's what he wore to the Rainbow Room for the first time. So we feel like we had a lot to do with, sophisticating him.
All right, let's cut right there. You can go ahead and focus. Okay. We've changed to film roll number 4, but we're staying on audio roll number